As most of you guys know, the Air Jordan 1 was originally released way back in 1985 thanks to a brilliant designer named Peter Moore at Nike. And in my mind, the Air Jordan 1 was the best silhouette of the year, and there are a lot of reasons for that. Notice I didn't say sneaker, I said silhouette. Now, one of the more interesting things that Jordan Brand did this year is the Jordan 1 Mid. Traditionally, the Air Jordan 1 Mid is the shoe that you see at the mall. It's the mall Jordan shoe. Before this year, I honestly can't think of any of my personal sneakerhead friends who rocked a pair of Jordan 1s. In fact, of all the sneakers that I own, I think I own 2 pairs of Jordan 1 mids, and one of those I actually bought this year because of the Fearless pack. But according to some people I know at Jordan Brand, retailers were actually asking for more Jordan 1 mids, which pushed the brand to highlight their silhouette in 2019, and we got those collabs. The most obvious way was with the Fearless pack. Fearless pack is almost like the gateway to get more people into the shoe so that they will buy more down the line. And speaking of the Fearless pack, the one shoe that I was looking forward to seeing is the Air Jordan 1 Zoom Fearless. I have no problem admitting that I really like the Air Jordan 1, but it is not the most comfortable shoe in the world. In fact, in comparison to sneakers of today, the Jordan 1 can be considered downright uncomfortable, which is why I was so excited about the addition of Zoom. Performance and Jordan 1, they just don't match up. However, with the Air Jordan 1 High Zoom, as it's officially called, it's an interesting shoe. I think Jordan Brand is starting to get a better sense of what we as the public want, and this shoe is a look into that future world, I hope. The shoe features a full-length Zoom unit, and if you've actually played in the KD12, it features that same tech on the Strobo board. Now, that should fix the comfort issues with the Air Jordan 1, and I can vouch it feels fantastic. You literally feel it as soon as you put on the shoe. And if Jordan Brand would have done just that, it may have been the best shoe the brand created this year. But you know, like I know, that Jordan Brand doesn't get down like that. They had to make changes to the shoe to separate it from the OG. The issue is the materials on the upper. It's some sort of like synthetic that feels like vinyl or plastic and really doesn't give very much. With leather, the upper can sometimes feel stiff, but this material is just hard and almost coarse. In a sense, the comfort you gain by the Zoom unit is actually lost because the rest of the shoe's upper is now more uncomfortable. But it doesn't even stop there. The outsole is now icy blue or a clear bottom to help highlight the Zoom unit with that like color changing linear graphic on the bottom with a bunch of Z's for Zoom. With the OG pairs, the standard I think everyone is actually gonna hold this shoe to, the outsole is usually a solid color. Look, don't get me wrong, I don't mind an icy outsole on a shoe, but putting it on an Air Jordan 1 just feels a bit off to me. It almost makes it too modern. Speaking of the tongue, they also took out the padding and streamlined it quite a bit. It's filled with holes to help the shoe breathe, I guess. It looks sort of like mesh, but it's not made of mesh. It's made of that same hard material. Yeah, it just makes the shoe uncomfortable to wear in my opinion, and I feel like it's going to crease a lot. Now, the last updates that they made include the C8082-AZ1 on the lateral heel and overall makeup of the shoe. Because it is of one material that is cut slightly different from the OGs, you miss the, I want to say it's like the layered effect of the different colors on the shoe. Even with like a monotone Jordan 1, but they use a thicker cut of leather, you feel like the layers of the design, they add some depth, they add shadows. Those are completely gone with this update to the shoe. The Air Jordan 1 is a beloved sneaker with one real flaw in my eyes. It was uncomfortable after wearing it for a while. With the AJ1 Zoom, they found that solution, but instead, it seems that in the process of creating a more comfortable version of the shoe, they decided to make it harder for people to love the look of the shoe by dropping it in colors that I just don't think anyone wants, and using a strange material on the upper that is hard and stiff, and at the end of the day, creating an experience that is worse than it was before. Those are my thoughts. I'm Jacques Slade. Hope you guys enjoy. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.